Hello, you are with Dr. Sushma Singh. Today in Unit 13, Ecology, Environment and Development. Let us start this lecture with the topic Consequences of Development on Ecology and Environment. The tremendous impact of human ecology is well manifested in the life support system, including air, water, land, and energy. As the human population grows, there appear imbalance of food production and crisis of space, leading to environmental pollution, which favorably alter our surroundings. Survivals in such circumstances calls for an expansion or movement to a different place and destruction of the natural forest for human existence and comfort. These human activities in due course lead to all sorts of unfavorable alteration of our environment, which is now a worldwide concern. These human activities are discussed here. The first is water pollution. The major sources of water pollution are industrial influent or toxic byproducts. Sewage waste is this contains decomposable organic matter and pathogenic agents directly discharged into rivers, streams, lakes, etc. Agricultural pollutants. These are excessive agricultural nutrients such as fertilizers, disease controlling chemicals, pesticides, herbicides, insecticides, and fungicides. These pollutants damage not only human beings but plants and animals alike. However, compared to the other two, industrial effluents cause much greater pollution. Now let us discuss air pollution and noise. Its sources are industrial manufacturing processes, steel, chemical plants, oil refineries, fertilizers, factories, etc. Combustion, industrial and domestic combustion of coal, oil, forest fires, etc. through smoke, dust, carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, etc. Automobiles, these emit carbon monoxide, nitrogen oxide, suspended particulates, matters. Miscellaneous agricultural activities such as crop spraying or pest control, nuclear energy program, etc. Radiation pollution. For example, the one happened in Chernobyl or gas tragedy in Bhopal. Here too, the emission of gases from industries, manufacturing and in radiation cause the greatest pollution. The third one is soil pollution. Solid fallout from explosion of nuclear devices, agricultural activities, over application of inorganic manure and different chemical based pesticides cause soil pollution. The next one is destruction of forest. Large-scale deforestation leads to flood, soil erosion, slitting of rivers, contraction of agricultural areas, and desertification. We see more deforestation through forest contractors than from local villagers who use the wood as the fuel. All these type of pollution affect human health directly or indirectly through environment, other flora and fauna, recreational amenities, and productivity. Now let us move to the next topic, ecological movements and survival. The contemporary period is characterized by the emergence of ecology movements in all parts of the world, which are attempting to redesign the pattern and extent of natural resource utilization to ensure social equality and ecological sustainability. Ecological movement emerging from conflict over natural resources and people's right to survival are spreading in regions like the Indian subcontinent, where most natural resources are already being utilized to fulfill the basic survival needs of a large majority of people. The introduction of resource and energy intensive production technologies under such conditions lead to economic growth for a small minority, while at the same time undermines the material basis for the survival of large majority. In this way, ecology movements have questioned the validity of dominant concepts and indicators of development. Third world ecology movements which resist the destruction caused by state managed market development are challenging the concepts of politics and economies as defined within the narrow confines of the market. They reveal that there is a notion of democracy which is wider and deeper than the market democracy. This is the ecological concept of democracy of all life based on the recognition of the right to life of non-human nature and all segments of human society, including those large numbers which do not and cannot produce and consume within the market, and to who are treated as dispensable in the logic of the market. The third world ecology movement highlights the way in which the issues of ecology and equality, sustainability, and justice are intimately linked to one another. The intensity of range of ecology movements in independent India have continuously widened as predatory exploitation of natural resources to feed the process of development had increased in extent and intensity. This process has been characterized by the massive expansion of energy and resource intensive industrial activity and major development projects like large dams, forest exploitation, mining, and energy intensive agriculture. Among the various ecology movements in India, the Chipko movement is the most well known. It begins as a movement of the hill people in the state of UP to save the forest resources from exploitation by contractors from outside. It later evolved into an ecological movement that was aimed at the maintenance of the ecological stability of the major upland watersheds in India. A spontaneous people's response to save vital forest resources was seen in Jharkhand area, the one in Bihar Odisha border region, as well as in Bastar area of Madhya Pradesh, where there were attempts to convert the mixed natural forest into plantations of commercial tree species, to the complete detriment of tribal people. Inspired by the Chipko movement, the Epco movement in the Himalayas is actively involved in stopping illegal overfelling of forests and in replanting forests land with multi-purpose broad-leaved tree species. In the Aravalli Hills of Rajasthan, there has been a massive program of tree planting to give employment to those hands which were hitherto engaged in felling of trees. The exploitation of mineral resources, in particular the open cast mining in the sensitive watershed of Himalayas, the western Ghat of central India, have also resulted in a great deal of environmental damage. As a consequence, environmental movements have come up in these regions to oppose the reckless mining operations. Most successful among them is the movement against limestone quarrying in the Doon Valley. Large river valley projects which are coming up in India at a very rapid pace is another group of development project against the people have organized ecology movements. The large scale submersion of forest and agricultural lands are prerequisites for the large river valley projects always takes a heavy toll of dense forest and the best food growing lands. These have usually been the material basis for survival of a large number of people in India, especially tribal people. The ecological movement against the Tehri Dam project in UP Himalaya exposes the possible threat to people living both above and below the dam side through large-scale destabilization of land by seepage and strong seismic movements that could be induced by impoundment. Here we want to close this lecture. Thanks for patientful hearing.